All right. How's everybody doing? This is Captain Jack. Whoa, that's loud. At least I know that my speakers are working. So let me turn these down just a little bit. Whoa, another big loud noise. At least I know that they are working. Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody is doing okay. It's a little bit dark here. I didn't want to put the main lights on, so I figured I'd just do that and make sure that everybody is good to go here. This is the Ask Captain Jack show post Super Bowl. So everybody, if you haven't figured it out already, the 2019 football season is gone. Kaput. It's finished. No more. So let me get this. Let's see here. Okay. Well, I got the. Like I told you, I don't have my one computer on. So I'll see if I can try to look through the notes and whatnot. Ooh, Vicky. Thanks there, Martha and Irene. And Cheryl's on board, and Vicky as well. Just wanted to make sure that everybody was here. And Becky's here, so we know that we are rolling over there on both YouTube and Facebook. I'm also on Twitter right now. So, no sound on YouTube. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Let me work on this. No sound on YouTube. Okay, Ask Captain Jack Basic. Road input. Yeah, it should be... Can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. Okay, you hear me on YouTube. All right, Becky, thank you. That makes me feel better. Because Edward said that there was no sound on YouTube. But I want to make sure now. It's the salty pirate who will make the haters walk the plank. How you doing there, Chris? This is an impromptu show. People were saying, "Hey, are you going to do the show? Going to do the show? Going to do the show?" I apologize for being late. And something that I normally don't do is the fact that I'm going to eat. Just got home from work, minus a trip to the barber, because I needed to get my beard trimmed. But I said, hey, we haven't had a chance to talk about the Super Bowl. And I guess we all know that for a Raider fan, it was the worst possible Super Bowl that you could imagine. Did you get bad weather? Yeah, I got it's a little bit windy here, Hollywood. Not too bad though. But yeah, it is a little bit windy, and so we got a little bit of that going. Let's see if I can finagle this to get so I can read comments too. Okay. Becky said the Super Bowl had her nervous. Why were you nervous there, Becky? Is it, well, it's because, for full disclosure, Becky lives in Stockton. And there's quite a few Niner Gang bandwagon fans in Stockton. So for all Raider fans that are actually living in California, living in the Bay Area, I guess it was one of those worst things where, exactly. I don't live in California. Y'all know I live in Tampa. So I don't have to worry, per se, about living with the aftermath had the 49ers won. So, me being a definitive Chiefs hater, I was actually kind of hoping for a Niners win. But I do understand, like Tim Brown said, even in his, he had a tweet. You said that this was the worst Super Bowl ever imaginable for a Raider fan because you either have the Niners win, who are hated, or you have the hated Chiefs win. So it was a lose-lose anyway. So for the folks out in California that have to deal with the Niner faithful, air quotes there, I understand why you would want to see, you know, that the Niners would not win. I get that. I do get it. So I get it. And having said that, it's the lesser two evil. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. I think maybe, well, I probably have to, okay, I'll do this. See if I can get the picture to show. No more. Whoop. So, hang on. Let me get, there we go. If I can hold the sound, there we go. I'm holding the sound on the Facebook so I can at least see all the comments and go from there. But I understand, and I know that it was a screwed up Super Bowl. It was a lose-lose. Okay. So I'm trying to get caught up on the comments, and we'll start getting folks to actually come in. Wow, is that? Oh, it didn't look real crisp on that thing. I got a new camera, but I haven't installed it yet. So I'll do that when I get some time. I have to work. I missed Tuesday because I had a cardiology appointment. And I still didn't feel really good. So I took Tuesday off after my cardiology appointment. This is my dinner. Philadelphia cream cheese and crackers and a little bowl of munchies. Literally munchies. But I'm glad to have everybody here. But Ed Winslow said it the best. The 49ers gave a blueprint to how to beat Kansas City. They just didn't follow through with it. And it's stupid because Kyle Shanahan, who was the offensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons when the Falcons were in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, what did they do? After a certain portion, they stopped running the ball. And it's funny because it was about the same point in the game. It was, 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter or something like that. That's what it was in this one. You stop running the ball, and that's how you lose. So the Raiders know that a conservative running game, which we have a excellent running game. How you doing there, Lance? Good to see you. Yeah, I'll be taking calls in a little bit there, Jimmy. But the Raiders have got to do what they were doing even when they played the Niners the first time. Remember, we got out to a 10? It was either 17 points or 10 points. So we had a lead. Yeah, hopefully so, Lance. Hopefully so. But they stopped running the ball. Hey, Dusty's here too. Good to see you. If San Francisco had continued to run the ball, they wouldn't have given the Chiefs the amount of time that they needed to win the game. Also, I do think that it was a very ticky-tack call against the tight end at the end of the second quarter on that long pass for offensive pass interference. I really believe it was a ticky-tack call because that's at least 3 points you take off the board for the 49ers. Kittle, that's his name. Thanks, Lance. Yeah, oh, Cheryl says the game looked fixed. It was what it was. It was kind of a strange feel to it. I will give it that, Cheryl. I believe so. Yannick Ngakwe was roasting Carr on Twitter for being bad. No, I didn't see that, Dusty. I didn't see that. Hey, Martha's back. Thank you there, sweetheart. Martha, I got to do this while I'm here. For those that don't know, oh, and actually it's over there. I should have had it with me right here. But when I get to 1,000 subscribers, that prize is a autographed Marcus Allen helmet. It's over there. I have it ready. So if you're watching on Facebook and you haven't gone over and hit me up on YouTube, please do that. Because one lucky person is going to get a Marcus Allen helmet with certifications and whatnot as well. So that's going to be the prize at 1,000. Now, before then, as we get to no, you can't subscribe twice, Ed. Actually, technically you could with two different email accounts. But that's up to you. But again, you have to show that I can actually see who is subscribed. Because if you put your settings on where I don't know who the subscribers are, then, I'll have to figure out, when I pull, like they do for Razes, you have X amount of names and then you go through different rounds and whatnot. We'll have to go from there. So that's at 1,000, but there will be prizes. There will be prizes for each plateau. So make sure, because like I said, the next plateau is 600. Because we're at I think it's 579. Let me see. Yeah, 579, right off. I was right on. So 579 is the next plateau. Oop, I lost my feed. Where the hell is it? Huh. There's my Facebook. I must have, I have it here somewhere. Hang on. There it is. Okay. Got to fix a couple things here. Where's that? There's that. Okay. There we go. I lost where I could see what I was doing here. So again, like I said, you got to be able to subscribe as a subscriber on YouTube. And if you're a YouTube subscriber, then you're ready. And there's a couple, and good thing, Mike Serra actually brought up something, and it's been going around since about whenever that fight that was it the W that was it a wrestling fight or a WBC, not WBC, what do you call it, WWF fight or WWE, what that was in Vegas. So everybody is talking about the fact that Tom Brady spoke with Mark Davis. And everybody's going, ooh, ah, Tom Brady's going to be our quarterback. Depending upon who you listen to, yeah, UFC, thanks, Mike. Depending upon who you listen to, it's going to happen. But here's the thing. I mean, do you really want a 42-year-old quarterback maybe for just a year or two? And you know that Brady is not going to get the same treatment as a Raider than he would as a Patriot. Now, I think that maybe if Tom Brady goes anywhere, I think he might go to either Los Angeles or San Francisco. So there's a lot of different places where you can get the quarterback. And I don't think it's going to be here in Las Vegas. Oh, speaking of which, see, I do have my requisite one Las Vegas Raiders hat. I actually had it ready to wear, but I was a little bit late coming in. Brady to Chargers, so yeah, they need somebody on that as well. So having said this, let's see here. Let's go. And I'm going to put the number up. Let me make sure first that I get the availability. I got to put up Google Hangouts. There we go. Can't have the number up if you can't if it's not available. So let me get the number available. Okay. We got that ready to go. We got this ready to go. And let's see, I lost my damn. There it is. We're going to put the number up. There we go. Oh, there it is. Transition. If you want to call, number is right there. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. We can talk about the Super Bowl. We can talk about, you know, where Tom Brady's going to land. We're going to talk about having Brady as our quarterback. God, I hope not. So, yeah, Tom Brady bought a house in, according to Johnny Garza, Brady's bought a house in, Captain Jack will get you by tonight. All right. Thanks there, Raider Axe. The number is up. And if you want to talk, go ahead and call in. I'm ready. We'll see how long this show is. We'll see if this is a long show or not. But remember, if you are watching on Facebook and you have not signed up on YouTube, remember when I get to Wolfman, okay, there you go. If you have not signed up for the channel on YouTube, please do. Remember, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll get somebody to help me out, and we'll do one of those the pick a person Raz type of thing, and somebody's going to win a Marcus Allen helmet. Oh, so Dusty said that Brady buying a house was debunked. I don't know. Well, Vicky doesn't want it, but I personally don't want it. Personally don't want it. but we'll see. Yep, call in 813-699-0824 as I crunch my chips. Apologies for eating and doing a video at the same time. Do you think the Raiders should go after, I guess it would be Mariota or Bridgewater? I'd like to take, well, see, I think that Mariota is a possibility, and I've said that for a while. I said if Carr stays with the Raiders, I think that the quarterback that we're going to see is Mariota as the number two, or actually he's going to tell Mariota and Carr, hey, go at it. The best quarterback wins, and they are going to draft a quarterback. I just don't think it's going to be with a high pick. Everybody says, well, not everybody, but Hollywood says we got to go get Tua. There have been some mocks that have the Raiders trading up to 3 just to do that, to grab Tua. I don't want to do that. I really don't. If you want a good quarterback, trade back a couple picks in round 1. Okay? Trade back a couple picks in round 1 with one of your picks. Get a second round pick and get Jake Fromm. Okay? Get Jake Fromm. I think Jake Fromm would be a very good quarterback. Dusty, I wouldn't mind Love, the kid out of Utah State, but I wouldn't Eason. I wouldn't really be happy with. Christina, oh, I love you, darling. Thank you for joining me. I've left you a couple texts, Christina. I hope you're well. Christina is my wonderful, awesome, beautiful lady Raiderette in the Kansas City area. So gotta say a lot of love to her. Christina's awesome. I hope you're doing well, honey. What is it? Stink for Trevor? Don't do anything and do Trevor. It's possible. Oh, where is it? There you go. Remember, if you want to call in, line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. I just said, if you're going to go get a quarterback, you can do a lot worse, I think. But I think that really what you need to do is, I think that you can get one this year in the second round, third round. But that's me. Jimmy Farrell, how you doing, brother? Good to hear from you. Jimmy.
Hey, Cap.
How you doing, brother? First off, how's your health, brother?
I'm all finished, and I'm going back to work possibly maybe Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, well, don't rush in. We want you healthy, man. We want you healthy.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm getting the CAT scan in a couple of weeks, so we'll see what's the verdict. See if I'm all, good and okay to go. So yeah, everything's going good. I'm still trying to get my taste back. I don't have I still have difficulty with taste when I'm eating. I started eating a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything's rolling along.
Well, good.
But the reason why I called, as far as the Super Bowl next year, how about this? Listen to this. What's the Roman numeral for next year's Super Bowl?
It's LV.
Okay, and where is it going to be played at?
It's going to be played in Tampa.
And who used to coach in Tampa?
Some guy named Gruden.
Right. So if you put LV as those initials, and where are the Raiders moving to?
LV, Las Vegas.
Right. Wouldn't it be ironic if that happens next year?
Oh, it would be totally, not even ironic. It would be a story tale amongst story tales. And the best thing is if it happened, I would be here with the Super Bowl, with the Raiders coming in. I always wanted it to happen. So, yeah, it would be the best thing to happen. And a shout out to Don Webb's daughter, Angelica, who's 14 today. Everybody give a clap and a fantastic happy birthday to Angelica. But yeah, I'd love to see it here.
Yeah. And I think the year after that is in LA, and that would be great if the Raiders can make it there, because there's a ton of Raiders fans in LA, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, what was I thinking about? Oh, shoot, I forgot. The draft.
Yeah.
As far as the draft, I would keep my 2 picks. You know, I seriously think they should. If Lamb is still there, okay. But if he's not, I seriously think they should draft a linebacker, because it's been years since they drafted a linebacker. You know, and there's 2 good linebackers this year coming up.
Yeah,
correct?
And I think Simmons will be gone. I've seen him in the top 10, but the kid from Oklahoma,
Murray, is that his name?
Murray, yeah, the kid Murray should be available at 19. So,
right.
But here's what I'm saying there: as far as we need one more pick, and we need it to be in the second round, which is why I'm saying the Raiders should probably package that one of those picks.
The top third round pick.
No. One of their first rounders to move back without moving out of the first round. Maybe somebody late in the first round wants to move up. Okay? And
like
get
the 19th pick?
Right, with the 19th pick, get who you want at 12. Now, if there's somebody that you really, the guys you want, like maybe it's Kinlaw, okay? And I actually saw a mock draft today where they actually had Brown, the defensive tackle out of Auburn, going to the Raiders. So we'll see about that. And Ed, actually Queen would be available at one of those picks. I don't think Queen's going to go in the first round. I think that Queen will go in the second round, and that's what I'm saying. Package one of those picks, roll back into the late first round, pick up a second round pick, use all those third rounders that are quite good value for, and go from there. And like Don says, Kinlaw is a beast, and I think it's going to come down to, in the combine, between Kinlaw and Brown, who has the greater strength, who has the best upside, and who is more impressive in their interviews as to which of those defensive tackles go first. Will it be Brown or will it be Kinlaw? But that's somebody that the Raiders really should go after.
I hear this defensive tackle from South Carolina.
That's Kinlaw.
Oh, that's him? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Kinlaw. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what about getting Love in the second round? Because he's probably going to be gone by the second round.
Yeah, I think that Love's going to go mid to late first round.
Yeah. So maybe he's a thought. Getting him.
Yeah.
And he's a big kid too.
Yeah, I liked what I saw with Love in the when I was watching one of the bowl games. In fact, Ed Winchell and I were texting back and forth watching. You remember that, Ed? We were talking about the quarterbacks. So it was a good thing. I mean, Love would be decent, but if you're gonna get Love, then at least make sure you get another pick so that you can compensate for moving back to get love.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it should be interesting, you know. I mean, I like the 2 picks in the first round. You know, hopefully they go defense, or wide receiver and defense. You know, I like this kid Diggs at the corner.
Yeah.
You know, possibly getting him.
Yeah.
Because they need a corner.
Yeah, they do need a corner.
You know, one other thing I want to talk about is the Hall of Fame and the awards they had last week.
Yep.
I mean, it really bothers me that they got 3 Pittsburgh Steelers in the Hall of Fame. It seems like almost every other year, every 2 years, Steelers are always in the Hall of Fame. It's always this team from the 70s, you know, and, you know, we get screwed out again. And speaking of screwed out, I think the awards last Saturday with the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Offensive Rookie of the Year should have gone to Jacobs. I firmly believe in that.
I mean, I was stunned who they picked for the Rookie of the Year. I'm like, I mean, everybody was like, he got picked. Everybody thought that Jacobs was a shoo-in.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Actually, Jacobs won, I think, a bunch of, I think it was like 2 or 3 of the other awards for Rookie of the Year, but not the one that is the most prestigious or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it sucks. I really do. There's really no reason why Jacobs should not have won that award. And honestly, I did Bosa win the Defensive Rookie of the Year? Because I think he did. Okay.
Yeah.
If you look at Bosa's stats compared to Mad Max, you know,
Max got better stats.
Yeah, Max had better stats, but because Bosa went number 2, and Murray went number 1, that's where you get the discrepancy. I think it was bullshit.
And I wonder if the Super Bowl had to do with it too.
Could be.
You know, the way the team finished.
Uh-huh.
You know? But it's going back to the Hall of Fame, Bill Cowher, he was a great coach, and he won 1 Super Bowl, but Tom Flores won 2.
I know.
And he's not even mentioned. I don't understand it.
Yeah, and it continually pisses me off. And that's why I really think that the Raider fans need to do something. There was those people that said that we're going to go and write letters, write letters to the NFL offices, saying how wrong it is that Cliff Branch is not in the Hall of Fame, how Tom Flores is not in the Hall of Fame.
Harold Carmichael got voted in. How is that possible?
Well, Harold Carmichael was a good wide receiver, one of the best in his era, but he wasn't better than Cliff Branch. No, that's why I said he wasn't better than Cliff Branch, though.
Right. I just don't get it. You know, and like I said before, the Steelers from the 70s, what, does everybody have to get in? I mean, Mel Blount is in, but not Jack Tatum? Come on. Lester Hayes is not in? Come on. Jimmy Johnson deserves to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, he was overdue to get in. He had to get in.
Yeah. And I agree with Jimmy being in there, but not Bill Cowher.
No. Even, what's his face, from the Colts, Tony Dungy. He only won Super Bowl too. What makes him so spectacular? Right?
Because he's a talking head, and he's involved with this, and he's involved with that, and it's just a way to, you know, put praise on him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, I don't... Yeah, Dusty even said it. Yeah, Minshew outplayed Murray. Gardner Minshew outplayed Murray. Thank you for saying that, Dusty. That's true. Hey, one thing to get you out. I know you want to talk about your Islanders. How are they doing, brother?
Big comeback win tonight. Came back, won 5-3. They brought up this kid, Kiefer Bellows, 20-year-old kid, scored 2 goals tonight. So, we we haven't lost a regulation game, in like 3 or 4 games now. So, we're getting better now. But we got some tough games coming up. We got Tampa Saturday, Washington Monday, and we got Nashville coming up, and then we play Colorado. Just 2 other. We were on the road, with Nashville. We got 4 road games, so we got 68 points. We're getting a little better right now. We were, slumping a little bit, because we won 17 games, and ever since that, we won 17 games in a row. Ever since that, we've been like 13-12. So, we won a few games now, but we're trying to get our feet together, and so.
Yeah, I gotta let you go, Jimmy. Thanks for calling in, brother.
Okay. All right, take care.
All right, that was Jimmy Farrell, and then we have 304. Who am I talking to? Area code 304. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing, brother?
I'm good.
As soon as you said hello, I knew who it was.
Isn't it funny? A year about today, we were doing the same show, and I bitched and I complained that the running back, Edgerrin James, did not get in. Well, I got to say this from one Kane to another. And actually Jimmy Johnson, too. God damn, it's great to be a Miami Hurricane. Not one, but 2. Like I said, you go to Miami, you have a very good shot of being a Hall of Famer. Now we could just get back to being that way.
And actually, I saw the with the what was the listings for the incoming class. Miami was what, 12th, I think.
Well, it depends on what you looked at. ESPN had us 17th. 24/7 had us, I think, 10th. It all depends on which one who you looked at.
Okay.
And I really don't go by any of that stuff. Seriously, because we've had a top. I remember back with Randy Shanahan, we had one of the top 3 recruiting class. We got all those kids from Miami's. What is it? One of those schools in Miami, and shit, they didn't do shit. I don't go by all those classes.
Oh, I got you.
I don't go by that shit. It all comes down to coaching.
It does. And having said that, is and what's your coach's name? I know it's Hispanic. What, Santiago Hernandez?
Manny
Diaz. Okay, I apologize. That's not me.
Hey, his dad was the mayor back in the day of Miami.
Right. But what are the Canes going to do this year?
Who knows?
Wow.
I mean, you're bringing in another whole new staff. I mean, you're bringing in a new OC from SMU. You're bringing in a new offensive lineman or coach. You're bringing in new wide receiving coach. I mean, who knows? I don't know. And it all comes down to the same thing. It's been the issue. Going back to Al Golden.
Right.
Offensive fucking line.
Well,
we've got the athletes.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the athletes. We've got the players. We've got the athletes.
It's just a matter of.
I don't know.
It's just a matter of making sure that those players perform up to their standards.
I mean, yeah, we got 2 of the best running backs coming out of the state of Florida in Knighton and shit. The hell's the other kid's name? I can't remember what the other kid's name is. But, I mean, they were 2 of the best backs coming out of Florida. So, we'll see. I don't know what to expect.
Well, what are your thoughts on the Super Bowl there, Tommy?
Didn't watch it. Didn't give a fuck. I went watching Kansas City. No, I wouldn't watch San Francisco win it. Didn't watch it. I watched movies.
That was probably the better. That was probably the better thing to do. But
there was movies that I wanted to watch and wanted to catch up watching, so I watched movies. I didn't give a fuck about it. Didn't care about the halftime show, even though by what I've been told, that was the best thing the whole time.
Yeah, it was a very good halftime show. Very good halftime show.
Main reason I called for, I'm pissed off with this whole Mookie Betts trade.
Yeah,
I do not understand this shit at all. I lost it. David Price, fine. You want to move on with Price, fine. Now I guess I know what it feels like to be an Oakland Athletic fan, or a Cincinnati Red fan, or a Pittsburgh Pirate fan.
Because
trading your best player. Now I understand you want to get under the luxury tax. I understand that. But to trade, Jesus Christ, see if J.D. Martinez will take a pay cut. See if Chris Sales will do something. I don't know. How about getting rid of Jackie Bradley Jr., Mr. I'm going to hit under 200 every year?
I agree.
You don't trade your best. Well, at least you know one thing. If the Dodgers finally don't choke in a World Series, at least we know why. It took them to get a Boston guy in there to actually win anything.
Okay.
But don't worry, it's the Dodgers. They'll choke some fucking way.
Wait a second, though. While we're talking about that, so why is it that the Dodgers and not the Dodgers, but the Red Sox and the Astros should keep their World Series titles after the cheating scandal?
One, there's no proof that the Red Sox has actually cheated yet. And by all reports, it was only certain games in the regular season.
Okay.
That there was nothing in the postseason. And there has been no evidence at all, none yet. And MLB has not came down with anything yet that the Red Sox have done anything.
Okay, but
there's been no words. It's all been Houston.
But they got rid of their manager there, Tommy.
They did. That's because there was already talk of Alex Cora being suspended, being back because he was on the staff in Houston. Oh. Same way with the Mets got rid of what's his name. Does that mean that he was going to cheat with the Mets? The Mets moved on with Jesus. What the hell is the guy's name? Beltran. Was it Beltran?
Yeah, Carlos Beltran. Yeah.
They got rid of him. He's the first-year manager. They moved away. The Mets moved away from him already.
Oh yeah.
Because they didn't know what was going to come down. With the Mets didn't know if they were going to do something with it. Well, is he going to be suspended too?
Well, like I said, we'll see now. That now with the loss of Betts and Price, even though Price isn't as good as he used to be, with those key losses, will the Red Sox even compete with the Yankees this year?
I don't know. I'm hoping with us not making the playoffs, that might have been beneficial.
Okay.
If Chris Sale could get that healthy, I'm just hoping that shoulder's healthy. Because he wasn't healthy last year.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, there was something wrong with that shoulder. We'll find out the first couple months where we're at.
Okay.
I mean, the offense is still going to be good. I mean, Martinez is still there. Benintendi's still there. Who knows with Bradley? Who knows with fucking Pedroia? I wish this son of a bitch would just retire already. I don't know. I have no clue what to expect. I want to know who we're bringing in for manager.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't heard anything about that.
I tell you who I wouldn't mind bringing in.
Go ahead.
David Ortiz.
Would you really bring in David Ortiz, who has zero?
The Cubs did it with Ross.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
The Mets was going to do it with Beltray.
Okay, but here's the thing. Normally, one of the best position players that make fantastic managers are catchers, which is why you see a lot of ex-catchers as managers. So,
I mean, there has been talk with Pedroia. I have seen that. I've seen, of course, they were talking about, there was some Boston radio station I was listening to on XM that they were talking to Buck Showalters. And then there was talk that Dusty Baker, of course, Dusty's with Houston now.
right.
So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, do you bring in Pedroia? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I wouldn't mind Bo Porter either.
Who?
Bo Porter.
Porter?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He was bench coach. He was the bench coach he was the Nationals bench coach. Then he went to Houston.
Well,
and then I think this last season he did commentary for the Nationals during their post show.
Are you talking about Daryl Porter?
No. It's Bo Porter.
Bo Porter. No, that name is not.
I tell you, he's very I wouldn't mind him. But I'm very interested to see who we bring in.
Okay.
I'm very interested. I don't know. We have to start fast. And I want to see what pitching does. Because now Price is gone. We lose the other guy from the staff. Haven't fixed their bullpen. Bullpen's still bullpen.
Yeah, bullpen is still. It's not up to. It's not up to great standards.
I don't know. We may finish third, maybe fourth. Because I think the Blue Jays may be more improved than what people think.
Okay. Oh,
I do think it goes New York right now with what I see in its early projections, way early projections. I mean, hell, catchers, pitchers haven't even reported yet.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I've got Yankees, Tampa. I'll say Boston, Toronto, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't go Toronto, Boston, Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect. I have no clue what to expect.
Okay. Well, I always appreciate you calling in there, Tommy. Thank you for being here for us. And give me your last quick quip on the way out.
Get Jack Tatum in the goddamn Hall of Fame.
Okay. So saith Tommy. Thanks for calling in, brother.
You're welcome.
All right, that's Tommy Beard. Line is open, so you can call in 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. We are doing our post 2019, getting the last of our football blood out for the season. And it's always a good time to hang out and see what we got going on. But it's never too early to talk about spring training. And actually, for the first time in a long time, I have not bought any spring training tickets as of yet. I might not even go to spring training this year, and I normally go to at least. I normally go to at least 2 or 3. Oh yeah, thank you there, Don. Yeah, if you do, thank you for saying that. If you like the show, please be sure to give me some thumbs up on likes. It's a portion of the down there on underneath the big portion of the screen. Thank you for reminding me, Don. And again, if you are watching on Facebook, I thank you. But if you want to be available to win a Marcus Allen autographed helmet, a large helmet, not a mini helmet, a large helmet, please make sure that you sign up for the YouTube channel. It's Captain Jack Rackham Levy on YouTube. Make sure you're over there. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, that's when I'm going to pick one to win a Marcus Allen helmet. Now, there are some people that are not Raider fans that are available, and maybe they don't want a Marcus Allen helmet, so I'll figure out a separate prize for them. I do have a bunch of things. I have, actually, it's over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Actually, I think you can't. I have a large tub of extraneous Raider stuff. There's like watches and placards and what do you call the like the ribbon? They're not ribbons, but it's like the banners, things like that. So and a boatload of programs. So as we get to each plateau, if when we get to 600, we're going to pick a winner. But I need to make sure that on Facebook, or sorry, if you're on Facebook, make sure you head over to YouTube so that you are eligible for the prizes that we're going to give away as we hit each plateau. Each 100. 600 is the next one. So if you're watching on Facebook, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the likes. Appreciate you giving me a like as well. But make sure you can watch on Twitter because it's going out on Twitter. And but make sure you're over there on YouTube because I'm going to give prizes for each portion of the plateau. Remember, when we get to 1,000, somebody's going to win a Marcus Allen autographed helmet. Don, thank you. Don, it's true. YouTube, way better reception, video quality, and audio quality as well. Thank you there, Don. That is true. Who was asking me? I'm going to try to go to the draft. Hollywood asked. I'm going to ask my friend Ken Thompson, who is in with one of the radio stations out there in Vegas. He said I can stay with him for the draft. So I just got to get a flight. So yeah, look for me at the draft. I should be there. And I definitely want to make sure that I see everybody out there because it's going to be a very, very important draft for the Raiders. Like I said, this is the first year in Vegas. And I think that this is year 3 of Gruden 2.0. And the first iteration of Gruden, he was 8-8, then 8-8, and then he was 12-4. Now, he didn't quite have as good of that first year of the 2.0, 4-12. We got there. The Raiders were 7-9 in record last year, but really they were 9-7. Could have been 10-6 if Tyrell Williams would have caught the damn ball in Houston. And by the way, Tyrell Williams did meet the date, so he's going to be on the team next year. He's already got his money for next year, guaranteed. I think it was yesterday, because if he was on the roster as of yesterday, he got picked up. I don't know exactly what the cap ramifications are, but excuse me, he is on the team. Jimmy Farrell, when we get to 1,000 subscribers here on my channel, when we get to 1,000, I'm going to pick one that's going to win the Marcus Allen autographed helmet. But each plateau, we're going to have winners, 600, 700, 800, 900. But then when we get to 1,000, somebody is going to win the Marcus Allen helmet. Cap, there's no try. There's only do when it comes to coming to the draft. I'm going to the draft, Dusty. Are you going to the draft? It'd be great to have Dusty at the draft, too. It's definitely a good thing to do. I enjoyed the draft in Tennessee last year. It was nice. It was a great time. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. We've been talking hockey. We've been talking the football game. There's some conjecture even out here about the XFL. Somebody was making the comment, oh yeah, Dusty, was Connor Cook could make it as a starter, and that's sad. That's sad. Connor Cook not making it as a quarterback. I mean, Murray, the kid that used to play for Georgia, Aaron Murray, and he's locally from Tampa. He's quarterback for the Tampa Bay Vipers. The Vipers, by the way, are coached by Mark Trustman. So I will go to a Tampa Bay Vipers game sometime upcoming and bring my... Oh, do I have it here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. Straighten up my room. It's a lot nicer than it was. This is my pride and joy right here. This has got... It's a big Raiders banner. I take it with me pretty much wherever I go. And I have a bunch of autographs on here. Even some from people that are not even with us anymore. Kenny Stabler's on here. Jack Tatum's on here. Can't remember. There's a couple other people that are no longer with us as well. But I bring, this is my Raider banner. I will put it up and to show everybody sometime, but we got that going on. But I'll take it with me. If there's a Raider event, I'm going to have it with me. That's my pride and joy. Jimmy Farrell, you're already entered because you subscribed to me on YouTube. I hope you've subscribed already. So if you subscribed on YouTube, and for those on Facebook, remember, when I get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm giving away a Marcus Allen big autographed helmet. So that's the prize. Make sure you get your friends on there. Get them subscribed because when I get to 1,000, the Marcus Allen helmet is going to somebody. I'm just probably going to need a little bit of help to figure out how to do the putting the names in the thing for for picking a winner. I'll figure it out. But again, if you're on Facebook and you haven't made it over to YouTube yet, that's what you need to do. You need to go over to YouTube, subscribe there. The next, like I said, the next iteration of fans for my page, we're almost up to 600. And I thank everybody that's already subscribed. But make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, and go from there. Oh, it says the live video was interrupted on Facebook. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully it'll come back. No, broadcast been caused. Okay, good. It's there. Thank God. XFL has the 2-pass rule. You can do 2 forward passes. Wow. That's unique. That is unique. I 2-pass rule. Does that mean you can throw 1 forward pass and then the other person can throw another forward pass? I'll have to check it out. That's unique. Again, I thank everybody for watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, please come over to YouTube anyway, because the better sound quality, better video quality. And, like I said, when Facebook was just saying how it was temporarily, that the video was temporarily not being watched or something, you don't get a lot of that on YouTube. I mean, very good audio and video quality. Vicky Orr, so Vicky Orr's gonna be at the draft. Oh, good. I like that. Hey, Tony Corrado, thanks for joining us as well. Again, we are talking sports. We were talking football. We were talking the Super Bowl. We were talking baseball. One thing that I wanted to talk about, and I know that, like I said, we need to get this out there, and you'll probably see this when I start changing the backgrounds to the show. Oh, and Mike Sarah's here. Mike, thanks for calling in, brother. How you doing? Mike.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, partner? What's going on?
Good. Are you good, man? Sounds like the light call night, so I thought I'd call in.
Yeah, it's a late night. I guess everybody's vocal cords are still tapped from the Super Bowl or yelling at their wife or something. I'm not sure why, but hey,
yeah,
you're here.
Yeah, I went to a series of bars to try to avoid watching it, but it was on everywhere I went. So
yeah,
I put up with it, but was definitely disappointed. I couldn't believe that the 49ers gave that game out. That was pretty pathetic.
Okay.
But, I don't know. To me, it looked, I think somebody said it was fixed. I don't know if it was fixed, but it looked like it could have been. So.
Well, it did have a certain feel for it being especially very slow in the first half. Like in horse racing, where the jockey would hold him in close, hold him in tight before they'd let him run at like the 3/4 pole or something like that. It looked like both coaches were being very conservative in the first half, and it really wasn't until Mahomes in the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes left, when he threw that long pass to Tyreek Hill. It was, that was the beginning of the end. And the Niners shooting themselves in the foot by not continuing to run, by being very conservative. I really think, though, that offensive pass interference against George Kittle's was a bullshit call at the end of the first half.
That was ticky tack.
Very.
And I also thought that, and I hate the Chiefs, obviously. I didn't want to see them win, obviously, but I still think that Damian Williams, the running back, should have probably won the MVP.
Oh, yeah.
And he had like 2 touchdowns, and he was the difference maker.
Yeah,
in that game.
I agree. Damian Williams should have been the MVP, but you get the darling Patrick. Call me Kermit Mahomes.
Yeah, that guy.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing that's disturbing is this. Obviously, this just Tom Brady situation. I can't see it happening. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's more of a leverage situation. I'm hoping that's the case. I just can't deal with Brady being there. I mean, I don't understand how you bring in a 42-year-old quarterback on a team that still lacks talent, especially offensively. I mean, we got some talent, but we don't have receivers yet. I just don't see how he can succeed here. I think you keep Carr, you come in here and you keep Carr. I know a lot of people hate Carr, but I say you keep him, you bring him in, you start him in Vegas. I don't know why you don't.
Yeah, I think Derek is going to survive pending something really big. But I honestly do believe that the Raiders are going to sign a veteran quarterback to compete with Carr, and like somebody like Marcus Mariota, somebody like Terry Bridgewater.
I can deal with that, but not a 42-year-old quarterback who's. They think that Carr's not mobile. Can you imagine what he would be like out there?
Yeah.
And Carr has the ability to be mobile, and Brady does not even have any ability at all to be mobile.
Yeah, and it's a matter of, I really don't think that Brady is going to be the answer here. I really do think that it's a matter of leverage, of putting the word out there. I think that if Brady goes anywhere, it's either going to be to Los Angeles or maybe even to San Francisco.
Yeah. I just think, all this, I don't know where these rumors are coming from. I don't think anything has officially been said from maybe the Raider coaches or the players. This Adam Schefter guy, I don't know. He always seems to have an answer for everything. And then they said Mike Lombardi mentioned that that Gruden is very unhappy with Carr and is looking for a change. I don't know where Mike Lombardi is coming up with those. Mark Lombardi, whatever his name is coming up with that information. So I don't know where all this is coming from. I think a lot of it's clickbait, and I don't know who's actually saying it, but I just don't think it's the Raiders saying it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that if anything, it's put out in Brady's camp just to float the ideas around about where am I going to go, who wants me, and for how much money, because I can't remember who it was. I think it was Mike Florio that I was listening to on Sports Talk today, and it was the fact that Tom Brady basically wants Bill Belichick to give him a big smooch on each cheek before he comes back.
And not on his face either.
Not on his face, on his ass. Each one. Each cheek. Each
Definitely.
cheek. Yeah. And no, it definitely, because Brady is all about Brady, and he wants to get away from the fact that it's only because of Bill Belichick that they've won the Super Bowl, because Belichick is so great and Brady was playing his system. And it's funny because Belichick is a defensive-minded coach. It's not even his system. If anything, the Patriots need to get on their hands and knees and thank McDaniel for being the offensive coordinator there for so long for those Super Bowl wins.
Well, and they're talking $30 million is what the Patriots are looking to offer him for 1 year. I just can't see the Raiders doing that. Why would you throw away $30 million in 1 year?
Well,
not on our team.
Yeah.
Not on a team that you're supposed to be rebuilding. If you're supposed to have a young team coming in and rebuilding, you put a 42-year-old quarterback that I think looked very average last year. I can't imagine him just all of a sudden taking off the Raiders.
Yeah, I wanna not believe it. I really, really hope it's not true. But I mean,
yeah, but who's saying it? I don't hear any. I don't know if it's coming from anybody from the Raiders. I think it's all media driven.
Yeah, no, there's nobody from the Raiders saying it. Nobody. And it's just, like you said, it's Brady's camp putting the word out there. And I want to get to a couple different things. Again, if you're on Facebook, thank you for being on Facebook. But remember, you can't win the prize unless you're a subscriber to YouTube. Okay? And if you're wondering, again, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, the Marcus Allen helmet, I'll have to bring it over here. So for the next time that I do a show, it'll be ready and available. But yeah, the Marcus Allen helmet is going to go after I get to 1,000. But we're going to give prizes at the 6, the 7, the 8, the 900 level mark as well. So do that. And Carla Griffin, thanks for coming in, honey. Good to see you as well. And Bob Dar, yes, I think it's about time that the Raiders won a Super Bowl for sure. But yeah, I don't think that it's nobody in I almost said Oakland. It's nobody in Las Vegas that's doing that. It's Brady and his camp putting out that information.
Yeah, I agree. Bringing in a veteran quarterback to compete, I agree with that totally. But Marcus Mariota, or somebody like I don't know, anybody but Brady.
Yeah,
you can't see him coming here.
No,
and we hate him anyway.
Yeah, and
we've always hated this guy.
And that's the reason why I said I mean it would take every inch of my soul not to throw up to cheer for Tom Brady in silver and black. I don't think I could do that. I really don't. I don't think I could do that.
I don't think so either. I just, like I said, I hope it's just a rumor, and I don't think the Raiders are that stupid, and I don't think Gruden is as unhappy with Carr as everybody makes him out to be. So. Right.
I think so. Don Webb says the Niners would be the best place for Brady to go because he's a damn Niners fan. You know?
Yeah, Garoppolo, look at Garoppolo, man. What I saw of that game, he had that ball with 2 minutes left, and he didn't do anything. Nothing. Felt flat.
Yeah. Well, at least you can see how the Niners overspent. Excuse me.
And did you see the crowd that welcomed them when they came back from
yeah,
Miami?
I saw the videos.
There was like 4 people there.
No, I think I counted. I think there were 6.
Yeah.
I think there was 6.
Was that the funniest thing you ever want to see? I was cracking up.
Yeah, that was. It's like, and then you have the bandwagon fans. Bandwagon fans. Yeah, it was funny. And like I said, I know that, Carla, I love you to death. Carla lives along with a bunch of folks in Stockton as well. And when Carla took me over to the game, the one time I was out there with her, and there's a bunch of Niner fans out, and we were getting some stuff for the tailgate, and so I know that she has to live with a bunch of Niner fans up there as well. And Annie, thank you for coming in, Annie Santos, and Javier as well. Again, if you're on Facebook, make sure you're signed up on YouTube, because YouTube subscribers are getting prizes after every iteration. Once we start hitting each 100 and 1,000, when I get to 1,000, it will be a Marcus Allen helmet. I'll have to go over and get it next time. But so I tell you what, I'm going to ask you there, shipmate, how your Blues doing?
Well, you know what? They just lost. They just lost to Winnipeg 4-2. Now they're still number 1 in the conference. Still number 1 in their division. Still number 1 in the conference. But they just lost to Winnipeg tonight. And they've had kind of a losing streak going. They've lost a few and only probably lost about 4 or 5 and won a couple. So they're kind of on the downswing right now. But I got confidence in this team. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay. They're still in first place. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of come day go day about my Flyers. I still think that they are a year away. I thought last year that there was a good time for the Flyers to becoming a melding with Carter Hart out, but Leon was playing well, and so was the other goalie. I can't remember his name. But Elliott.
Elliott.
Yeah, Elliott.
Used to be a Blues player. Yeah, used to be a Blues goalie. Yeah.
Elliott's played well. Leon has played well, and Carter Hart, when he comes back, he'll be a good goalie for him as well. So they just need a little more, and I think that they might be able to sneak into the playoffs. But I think maybe they're still a year away from being a dominant team in the East. We'll see.
Yeah, they're a young team, aren't they? I think they're pretty young.
Yeah, they're pretty young overall. That's true.
Yeah, well, they beat the Blues a couple weeks ago. So
yeah,
beat us pretty handily. So.
I remember. I was thinking of you when they did that.
Yeah, but hey, that happens. I was thinking of you when Mizzou beat Florida, which I couldn't believe in basketball, because Mizzou's pretty terrible this year.
Oh, I didn't pay attention. Missouri beat Florida?
They beat Florida. This was about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
At Mizzou. And they beat them pretty handily. I think they beat them by about 10, 15 points.
Wow. Boy, see, I missed it, man. I mean, I don't really pay attention to college basketball until it's right before the conference play. So
yeah.
That's when I start paying attention. Yeah. And then, of course,
there's too much basketball on.
Yeah, there's got other things to worry about. So now you're a Cardinals fan, if I remember correct.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And they haven't really done much in the offseason. They're kind of laying low. So who knows? I try not to get into the Cardinals too much until the Blues are over with. But and the Cardinals are kind of the secondary team out here right now since the Blues have done so well. Of course, the Cardinals did make the playoffs last year. So.
Yeah, they did. Well,
then they got killed by the Nationals.
Yeah, but at least the Nationals.
They got swept by them.
At least the Nationals don't cheat like the Astros.
Yeah, that's terrible. I don't know. But you look at it this way. Look at all the ramifications that they got for cheating. And what happened to Belichick? He didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Nothing happened to him. I think they might have got a fine or something.
Well, you know what I really think is that And I just saw it. Pete Rose is asked to be reinstated. And you know what? I think there's no reason why Major League Baseball should keep Pete Rose out. If they're not going to do anything to people that are known to be cheating, then why are you keeping Pete Rose out of the Hall of Fame because he bet some money on the game?
Yeah, but you heard about those stories about Pete Rose with all these young girls back in training camp back in the 70s.
Yeah, I know. And
I don't know how true that is, but there's a lot of rumors. So
I think that's one reason why. I think that's one reason why. It's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, and the gambling. It's just way Barry Bonds is not going to come. Could ever do that, or Roger Clemens.
Yeah, but I think even eventually they're going to go in too.
Do you think Bonds and Clemens will?
Yeah, I think Bonds will.
Steroid users?
Yeah, because their totals have been going up each year. Their totals have been going up. They're getting. I mean, it was so low when they were first eligible, but then each year that goes by, those numbers are getting bigger. I think that they were close to being on. I think it was 50 ballots the last couple times I checked, and you got to be on what, like 75 or something like that. So. I think that's going to happen for him.
You never know. I mean, I don't personally believe that Bonds should be in, but that's how they want to do it.
Yeah. Well,
because I think he, by taking his roids, he just, basically cheated.
Well, he did, and that's the way that is as well.
Mark McGwire, I don't think he's going to get in either. I mean, as of right now, he's not.
No, but I think eventually there, as the people go, as the memories get pushed back to the side and it becomes farther away, I think that they probably will go in.
Sure.
Hey, Mike.
If they do, who cares?
Hey, thanks for calling in, partner. I always enjoy.
Yeah, I know I've been on way too long.
Oh yeah. You're on for 16 minutes. Damn it, that's way too long.
Well, here's my going out thoughts here.
Okay.
No for Brady, yes for Carr.
Okay.
There you go.
So says Mike, who's living in misery, and I said that correctly.
And it's miserable here. Weather-wise, it's terrible.
Well, you keep warm out there, brother.
I will do.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye now.
All right. Bye-bye. That's Mike Sarah calling from misery, which means the line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. It's always good talking sports, and I'm going to be here. Maybe not as often, but we'll be talking sports throughout. There will be the You Don't Know Jack About Sports show. Again, if you are watching on Facebook, thank you, but make sure you subscribe to YouTube, because there will be prizes. When I get to 1,000, I'm giving away a Marcus Allen large autographed helmet. It's not this one. This is one that I have available and close. It's a big helmet. Okay, one of these, signed by Marcus Allen. Okay, signed by Marcus Allen. It's not this one. This is just for size comparisons. Okay. Get yourself over to YouTube, and it'll be a good time had by all. Oh, I screwed up the lens for me moving. Uh-oh. Hello, maybe is it the, yeah, there it is. I had to get the lens back. I do need to, this is the new camera I had. I've been busy, so I haven't had a chance to put it up. But I'll be using, this is a really nice one. I haven't gotten a chance to putting up yet, but it will be there. I'm going to show this one. This is too beautiful not to show. Great comment by Dusty. Saying, F. Rose, he refused to sign my betting slip. That's awesome. That's funny. Again, thank you for joining me. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. I miss doing the show. I've been busy. And there was a couple different medical appointments I had to go to recently, so that's why I've had to make up the hours at work. For those that have been following, I have been sick with, I'm not going to get too much information out there, but I have been sick, but I think it's a adverse reaction to my diabetes medicine. So I've stayed off my diabetes medicine for a while, and I haven't been sick. So I'm thinking that once I finish this prescription of the one doctor that gave me for some of the issues that I was having, and if I continue to be okay, then I'm going to try to get some new medicine for diabetes. Ed Winchell, how you doing, brother? Good to hear from you. Ed.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Good. You sound like you're much better.
Yeah. I'm like I said. Now, occasionally you will hear me cough, but I think it's just the fact of talking too much, and sometimes you'll hear some of the hacking. But I haven't had. I finally got rid of that because you knew like that first game that we were out there, and I picked up something out in Oakland that time. But
I know you did.
I finally got rid of that. But yeah, the bug or whatever I had, I really think it's probably an adverse reaction to my diabetes medicine. But I can't confirm that. But we'll figure on that one.
Well, that's good. You know what I found interesting was that Hank Aaron came out today and said that he feels that all the players involved in the cheating in 17 and 18, being the Astros and Red Sox, should be banned for life.
Well, good for Hank. Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what?
Very interesting.
I agree with that as well, because you got to punish the players. You got to punish the players, because if you don't punish the players, they're going to continue to do it.
They did in 1919.
Exactly. All of the White Sox, otherwise known as the Black Sox, that were involved in the cheating scandal were banned for life. Shoeless Joe being amongst them. Hey, Raider Warriette, good to see you, darling. Make sure you're going over to YouTube, because remember, prizes are over there on YouTube, honey. I hope that you're over there. And thank you for coming aboard. I love my Raider Warriette. She's awesome. But if Hank Aaron, and remember, that is why I respect the fact that, to me, Hank Aaron is still the home run king.
Oh, yeah, me too. You know the picture that he hit the home run off of?
Yeah, Al Downing.
With the Dodgers.
Right, Al Downing.
That's right. Right.
Yeah, and who caught the ball?
Some fan in the after over the fence.
It wasn't a fan.
A ball player?
Yeah, it was a ball player.
I know it didn't reach the seats.
It did. It went into the bullpen, and Tom House is the guy who caught the ball.
Did he keep it eventually, or what?
No. Tom House gave up the ball, but Tom House caught it, and so he gave it to Hank. And and obviously you know who Tom House is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom House is the guy who caught the ball.
That's interesting. A good little sports tidbit for people to know.
Yeah.
But I found that to be interesting.
Well, I tell you what, there, Edward. I am hoping that you can find this your same peeps, and if the Dodgers can stop fucking up and make it to the World Series this year, then you and I are going to be hopefully having that game like we were supposed to do last year.
I've already started that. You know, I think a friend of mine sent me that the Yankees are favored. I forget the odds, and the Dodgers. So I mean, they're at 1-2 to make it. So, barring injuries, I think it's going to this year be a Yankee-Dodger World Series. Keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah. And then I tell you, if it is a Yankees Dodgers series, I got a couple friends up in New York, and then I can actually hopefully go see them. You know, in both venues, because I haven't been to New Yankee Stadium yet, and as you know, I haven't been to Chavez Ravine yet. So it'd be something that I'd definitely be looking forward to.
I was at Yankee Stadium when Bucky Dent was a shortstop, but I've not been to the new stadium. But I'd fly back to New York to see a game at the new Yankee Stadium.
Oh yeah, well you know that World Series tickets will be quite expensive. You know that.
Yeah, you got it from people that know how to get a lot of seats. Then it's not that expensive when you're dealing with if you can get 30 or 40 seats.
Right.
You could do us real good and give it to us at a good price.
Right.
Make money off of everybody else.
There you go.
Maybe Vinny will still be alive and we can go through him and Sandy.
Who?
Vin Scully.
Oh, hopefully so, man. Hopefully so.
You know?
I definitely want to meet Vin Scully. That'd be a very it would be a very memorable. I don't want to say it's a lifelong dream, but it's definitely something that I would definitely enjoy and remember for the rest of my life. That's for sure.
Well, if the Dodgers are in it, he'll be there. I'm almost positive of that.
Oh yes. Well, what do you got for me, Ed? What's your big take for the evening?
I'm very interested to see what goes down at the draft.
Okay.
There's so many theories, or there's so many things, so many possibilities being thrown around that it's kind of interesting. All the way around from going to 3 and with Detroit, trading up to Detroit, which I don't think they should do. And I really think that's a bad idea. I think that we got to grab, if it was me doing it, I'd go try to get Judy at 12 and then a linebacker at 19 and get some veteran, be it Bridgewater or Mariota, to face Carr off to see, like you said, Gruden will say, all right, best man wins the job. I think that would be perfect.
I think so too, and I think it's going to come down to that. I think that Derek right now is still penciled in as our starting quarterback, but
right.
But different things can happen, and we'll see about what's the actuality of is Derek going to be there when it really counts? And again, I'm not a car hater. But I want him to do so much better than he does, and I just really think he needs to step it up.
Raider Nation as a whole would accept it if Gruden said, okay, Carr, you go up against Mariota or somebody, and the best man wins. You got to remember, Carr's money is not guaranteed.
Right.
He got $2.3 million yesterday, but the remaining 19 is not guaranteed.
Right.
So anything can happen.
And I think that obviously with him still on the roster, it's up to the Raiders to figure out what they are going to do with him. And,
right.
Like you said, it's not necessarily a given that they're going to, as of right now, I think that he's going to be there. But you know what? Strange things have happened. And Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I just said we'll have to see when it is time for the draft. What ultimately happens? I mean, the draft is in what? It's in 90 days. It's what? Let's see. This is the 6th, so you got March 6th, April 6th. Okay, so it's about 60 to 70 days. So it's there a lot of things can happen in the next 70 days.
Oh yeah, and what's interesting is there's no backup quarterback for the Raiders. Nobody. So you got to look at the thinking about that, and why not bring in a veteran that could fight Carr, and we would be so much better with two good quarterbacks. I don't care if it's Carr or Mariota or whatever, but we'd be so much more solid at the quarterback position, having Carr and someone else. It just makes too much sense not to do it.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, do they get a quarterback in the draft? I don't think they want to get a young quarterback. I think they want to go the veteran, and it's been too long that we haven't been in the Super Bowl, and I don't think the Raiders want to wait 3 or 4 years to go to a Super Bowl.
Well, I think that I think that the Raiders are going to draft a quarterback. I really think that they're going to pick up somebody either in the 2nd or the 3rd round. I mean, Jalen Hurts might be available if they get an extra pick to move up into the 2nd round to get him. I mean, if you ask me, I would rather have Jalen Hurts than Tua Tagovailoa, based upon the fact that Tua's injuries are so harmful.
Severe.
So severe. And Jalen, to my knowledge, hasn't had that injury bug in what do you call it? As much of being injured in college. Hurts can run, he can throw. So if you're gonna get a prototype of the new breed quarterback, somebody that can run and throw, I'm not hitching my all the eggs in the basket to Tua, and the thought of him as a Raider pick scares me to death.
I know, and most coaches in the NFL, if their quarterback had all the talking going on that Carr has, would stand up and say, "He's my man. That's it." And John is just too quiet about the whole thing. I mean, if he was Gruden's man, Gruden owes him to say something, and Gruden is too quiet.
Yeah, I like I said, we really don't know what's going on, and
no, we don't.
And that's why it'll be unique. It'll be something that will open our eyes because, like I said, 70 days is a long period of time before the Raiders have to make up that decision. And we'll see what happens.
When's the draft? Did you say the draft is April 6th?
No, it's April. I think it's April 25th, 26th, 27th, something like that. So yeah.
Excellent.
And
I'm not going. I mean, there's going to be over 1 million people in the 3-block radius of Las Vegas. I mean, God, you're going to be up against so many people. It just would drive me crazy.
Got it. Well, I'm going to go. I just got it.
Yeah, no, you should.
Yeah, I got it.
You went last year. You had great, you gave us great coverage about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Both Hollywood and Don gave me the right dates. It's the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th. Actually, wow, that's April 25th is my mom's birthday. That's gonna be sad.
Wow, that is sad.
Yeah. But that's
all right, Cap.
way to remember it.
I'll let you run, brother.
All right. Well, Ed, always good hearing from you. Oh.
I know it's late when you are.
Yep, and somebody's gonna give a call. I'm gonna say goodbye to you, shipmate.
Okay, buddy. Take care.
Take care. That's Ed Winchell, and now we got, and I can't end the show yet. I can't end the show yet because Houston Raider Steve gave me a call earlier, and Steve, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get back with you, but at least you know I'm on, so you got it, brother. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Captain?
I'm good. How are you doing, shipmate?
Oh, I'm doing good and everything. I tell you what, I was lucky to get in on the Rich Eisen show, and I said, you know what, it's really sad because as an Astros fan for 50-plus years, they finally won a World Series, and now it's tainted by all this stuff. I said, it's really, somebody like Altuve, who's we thought he was a model citizen. I know he's but I keep thinking, why did they feel like they had to do that? When you get somebody that thinks they can beat the system and all that, it blew up in their face, and it's really sad because this is forever going to stay in the Astros' legacy for those 2 years. There's going to be people obviously say, what if, and could they have won it without cheating? It just really irks me that they felt like they had to do that. And of course, I wish that this guy, Cano or whatever that guy was, it was a general manager for Boston. I think he should be banned for life and also be fined. I don't know. Was he fined?
The penalties for the Red Sox involvement, to my knowledge, hasn't come out yet.
Okay, what do you think about this? To change the subject, I've got two other topics I want to talk to you about. Tell me, why in the heck did Josh Jacobs not get the Rookie of the Year? Did you think that Kyler Murray was head and shoulders above better than what we saw with Jacobs? It was a travesty. It's like, let's screw the Raiders one more time.
Yeah, there's no reason why. There is no reason why Josh Jacobs should not have been the second Raiders running back to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. None. It is a travesty. It's another way of the NFL not just thumbing their nose, but giving the ultimate middle finger to the Raider organization. It sucks. But I tell you what, I really think that it will do nothing but burn a searing hot pain in Josh Jacobs' mind, and it's going to make him a better player because of it. I really think so.
He's a quality individual. We haven't had somebody like that since McFadden. Back before that would probably be Crockett and Justin Fergus a little bit. But, of course, it all goes back to Marcus Allen, even before that, Mark Van Egan and Pete Banaszak and all those guys. But it's and, of course, if you want to go further back than that, Art Powell and Clem Daniels. So the Raiders have had a history of great running backs. It's just been a drought and everything. But we're so lucky and fortunate to have him and Max Crosby and Farrell and all the great. This is probably the best draft class we've had in a very long time, going back to Ron Wolf. Would you agree on that, Captain?
Definitely so. Did you get a chance to hear the interview that I had with John Kingdon last week?
I've heard parts of it and everything, Captain, but I'll tell you what, when your show's over tonight, I'm going to listen to the last part, but I'll tell you what, this guy, that book, everybody, if you have a chance to read that book, that's an excellent book on Al Davis, because as you are, Captain, wouldn't you say that Al Davis, hate him or like him, he was a very intriguing person, and like they said in the Sports Illustrated piece on him, you can't think of the NFL, the history of the NFL, without thinking of Al Davis.
Oh, no, not at all. In fact, like I said, Al Davis gets short shrifted by many historians. They give too much credit to Lamar Hunt for bringing the AFL and the NFL together. They give too much credit to Lamar Hunt when it was really Al Davis that was the person behind that, and he actually got turned over and roasted on a stake by Lamar Hunt, by Pete Rozelle, when that merger came about. Actually, Al should have been the commissioner of the league, and it was Lamar Hunt that worked with Pete Rozelle to make sure that Al would not be as much of a leading individual. It was Lamar Hunt jacking him in the back. And that's just the truth. That's the way it is.
Now, why would he do that, Captain? What does he have to gain by doing that, being a backstabber like that? I mean, it's you think he'd be above board, but apparently he's just petty, and that's another reason why I couldn't cheer for the Kansas City Chiefs, because of that family.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the rivalry the nastiness between the two organizations that goes back so long. I mean, even with I think obviously the main point, the boiling point, was the Ben Davidson's spiking of Len Dawson and everybody going out and just the melee that ensued. That was the kind of the height of the Kansas City Oakland hatred, and it never got better. It was always something that both teams knew about. It's what Marty Schottenheimer used to his advantage for those many years when the Chiefs just kept beating our ass, because he came down to Raider Week and just stirring that pot of hate and discontent in Kansas City. So, and I was saying that it was like when we went back to the Super Bowl, I said, I don't live out in California, so I can understand why a lot of the California Raider fans, if they had to have somebody win, most of the California Raider fans were glad that it was a Kansas City win, despite how that sticks in the throat, how awful it is to say that. But California Raider fans did not want a Niner victory, and I understand why. But because you and I are away from that area, and we don't have to deal with a bunch of the quote-unquote Niner faithful, which most of them have turned back on into the bandwagon that they crawled back on and crawled off of, we were kind of saying, hey, go Niners. But, we understand that there's a difference there.
Oh, I know. I was saying the same thing because I went out to visit my brother one time when we went to a 49er game, and I bought a T-shirt. I didn't spend much money for a 49er one, so I was at this pizza place over where Jim Plunkett used to go to. It's called the Oasis near the Stanford campus off El Camino over there. And I was cheering like for the Raiders. They were playing on the road against the Tennessee Titans, and this guy says to me, he says, "Wait a minute here." I said, "What do you mean?" A young punk kid. And I said, "What?" He says, "You can't cheer for both teams. You got to cheer for one or the other." And I said, "Well, I'm not going to take off the shirt because you don't want to see my fat keister out here without a shirt on the patio." I said, "I'm a diehard Raider fan for my life, so if I've got to choose, if I had a Raider shirt in my car, I'd gladly go out and change it right now."
Yeah, it's definitely different being out there. And
what can I ask?
Go ahead,
Captain. I have one more question for you. I know you got to go. And I'm very respectful to other fans. Don't get me wrong and everything. If you're wearing your team's colors, and I respect that. But why in the Sam hell did the 49ers get away from the running game when they had a 10-point lead? That just baffles my mind.
Well, you remind yourself that what is the similarity between the Niners losing a Super Bowl and the Atlanta Falcons losing a Super Bowl? There's one common denominator.
Shanahan.
There you go. And
Shanarat.
Yeah, Mini Shanarat got away from the run when the Falcons were up 28-3? It was like 28-3, wasn't it?
It was 28-3.
Yeah. And they stopped doing what they needed to do. They were running pass happy plays. They stopped with the run. When all they had to do was run out the clock, they would have beaten the Patriots handily. But they stopped there. And even when Tyrann Mathieu says that he says, "Thank God the Niners stopped running." If the opposition is thanking you for doing something, then you know that that's not what you need to do.
Right.
So, I mean, the funny thing, or actually not the funny thing, but the thing that I want to see is, remember how it used to be that when you are a loser in the Super Bowl, that your team goes back to the Stone Age as far as how horrible you are the next year? It mostly has followed through. There's been various one or two exceptions to that. But I want to see how far back in the pack the Niners are in 2020 based upon that Super Bowl loss. It'll be interesting to see if Shanahan learned anything from that or not.
Exactly. You know what? I was going to ask you one last thing. Where does all this stuff come from about? I know Adam Schefter reported it. Do you think that John Gruden likes to leak these different things just to stir the pot up and everything with this Tom Brady possibly going to the Raiders? I don't think it's going to happen. What do you think about
No,
that?
I think it's a bunch of hooey, but it's not necessarily John stirring it, but I think that it's coming out of Brady's camp as well, that they're using the Raiders as leverage. And if anything, and I don't know whether you were here earlier when I said this, but Brady wants Bill Belichick to give him a big smooch on each cheek, and I'm not talking about the ones on his face. And that's what he's looking for. And if he doesn't get it, then yeah, maybe Brady will go somewhere. But I would hope that it's not the Raiders. I think that it will be the Chargers. I think it might be the Niners. I just hope and pray it's not the Las Vegas Raiders.
Exactly. I feel the same way. He doesn't want to be a Raider, and we don't want him. Most of us don't.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I'm a big Derek Carr fan and everything, but like you said, I think they're only on the hook for $5 million on his salary this year. So hopefully he can. I don't want him seeing thrown into the dirt on fourth down or whatever he was doing. That's not what we pay our hard-earned money to go see that.
Right. Now he was on the roster as of today, so I think that he gets 2.3 guaranteed, and that's the only portion that is guaranteed this year. But it's it remains to be seen whether Derek is going to be there. I think he will be, but we've seen some really weird shit happen when it comes to John Gruden and quarterbacks and what happens. So we'll see.
That's what makes football fun, Captain. And I was going to ask you, what do you think about the Capella trade to the Atlanta Hawks? I saw a little bit about that. He was one of our cornerstone players. He was a fan favorite here in Houston.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Clint Capella was one of the centerpieces for the Rockets, but then again, I mean, I didn't hear who they got back for him. What they get in the trade back?
Well, they got two players. I think one of them is Covington, two potential starters, and I think they got a number two and a second rounder in 2024 is what I heard. But I haven't really followed it as much. It just kind of surprised me. But he was he was asking for a lot of money, and they didn't want to pay it. And he was probably the player that they could move and get the most for, outside of course, Westbrook and James Harden. So
right.
It was all about rebuild. They're not going to say it. The team's never going to say rebuild, but it's a rebuild.
Right. And again, you're not going to trade that. Now, call me ignorant because I haven't really been keeping up, but CP3 is still on the team too, right?
Yes, sir, as far as I know.
Okay, well, there you go. You got CP3, you got Westbrook, and you got the Beard, okay? You're not going to move any of those guys, but if you're going to want to save money and get something out of it, then Capella was the only person left on that roster, in my mind, that is going to give you any sort of bounty back. So that's the reason why. And like you said, they didn't want to have to pay him as well. So was it the best thing for them? Maybe when you talk about it financially, maybe so. And it, like I said, you said Worthington was one of the guys that got back?
Covington.
I
think they got a player named Covington, I saw.
Yeah, I know the name. He's a decent player, but it's probably, like you said, more of to relax the salary portions of that team and, get some draft picks. So yeah, hey, it's the Rockets, man. They're gonna be in the playoffs this year, barring something strange and unforeseen. So will it really hurt them? Not having Capella on the team maybe will mean that they don't go to the Western Finals. But that's we'll have to wait and see until June on that.
I know the other team that I really follow is the Spurs because of Coach Popovich. I don't know if they've made the playoffs more than any other team in professional sports. I hope they do it this year, but it's wait to be seen. But he always makes it fun. You got to love what he's trying to do with his youth and with the combination with Aldridge and DeRozan. It's going to be interesting. I hope they can pull it off and make the playoffs. But Pop works his magic. He's a Hall of Famer, as you well know.
Oh yes, most undoubtedly. Hey, Steve, thanks
Thank you for your time, Captain.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, brother. Good hearing from you.
Good hearing for you. God bless, and keep the torches lit, and we'll keep listening. Great show.
Hey, thanks again there, Steve. You take care now.
Take care. God bless. Thanks, Captain. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. That's Houston Steve, and that's definitely going to be my last call of the evening because it is 11:15 here. Oh, I have the... do I have the... No, I don't have a video source. Wow. Well, I guess you're listening to the outtake. There is a media source here. I don't know why there's not a video source. Let me see if I can add one real quick. We'll get to the Microsoft Cam. We'll do that. We'll add it, and there you go. So it's not here, but yeah, I'll go big screen. Thank you for joining me on the show. Excuse me. When I get a chance to have another show, I will. Remember, if you are watching here on if you're watching on Facebook, we are gonna give away prizes for folks that are subscribers to YouTube. Like I said, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a Marcus Allen autographed large helmet. That'll be with the 1,000 subscriber, not the 1,000 subscriber, but when I hit 1,000, we'll do a drawing for who will be taking home that Marcus Allen helmet. If it's somebody that's not a Raiders fan, then I'll get something that's about the same in value for them. But as we go hit each plateau in YouTube, then the 600 mark, the 700 mark, the 800 mark, there'll be prize packages that we'll be giving out as there. So make sure you're going over to YouTube. That's Captain Jack Rackham Levy on YouTube. And thanks everybody for joining in. We are live here. We were live on both Facebook. We were live on YouTube. We were live on Twitter, and we're also live on Twitch. So hopefully we'll get some people to come over and join us on all of those platforms. Thanks again, and we enjoy seeing you. We'll see you for my next show here on the Ask Captain Jack show. But if it's not football, we're going to be transitioning to the You Don't Know Jack About Sports. We'll see everybody later on. Take care. Have a good night's sleep, and have a great weekend. And go out and watch some XFL this weekend if you're around. Sounds like a good time. Take care.